This is another Friday pickup video, which is going to be posted Saturday morning because it is now 3:38 a.m. Saturday. So it's definitely not a Friday pickup video, but I'm still going to call it a Friday pickup video because that's what I call them all, and the people watching it next Wednesday aren't going to know the difference anyway, unless they look at the date that I posted it. I didn't pick up a whole lot because it was a jury duty shortened week. Fortunately, jury duty ended up being about 2 days shorter than originally planned, so I was able to go out and get a little bit. There's a couple of things that I picked up last week, and there are a few things I can't actually remember that I picked up, but they're not all that important anyway. And, well, you know what? You'll just see. I'm going to start off with some stuff that I actually picked up today. Well, actually, it's a mixture of stuff. It is some sports games that I picked up at the Alliance Exchange. There's a brand new exchange in Alliance, and they had a whole bunch of $1 sports games that I'm assuming they had brought in from other stores when this one opened, and they marked them down basically to just blow through them. So I picked up a few games that I did not actually own because they were $1. First one is Pebble Beach Golf Links, which I could have swore I had this one. I do not. NBA Showdown 94. The Sega Stoners' favorite, NHL 96. And finally, NHL Hockey. I actually like the look of that one. I'll probably end up keeping this one just because I like the artwork on it, or the cover, whatever you want to call it. The rest of these will almost certainly end up being replacement cases at some point, which is what I did with the other 5 that I picked up. I tore them apart. I picked up 5 more sports games for $1, and I used them as case replacements. And I use them as case replacements for these games that I'm about to show you here. These I picked up today. They were all loose, and I think 2 of them were $2.50 and 2 of them were $1. So if you add the $1 cost of the case and then the probably 35 cents that I spent on ink and paper, I don't know, do the math, figure it out. But I now have California Games in a case. Pink Goes to Hollywood. Rambo 3, which looks excellent. I can't wait to play this one. And Road Blasters for the Genesis. And to get this one for, I guess it would have been about $3.50, is pretty good, because around here, I usually see this complete. I shouldn't say that usually, because I see it pretty rarely. But when I see this, I see it for between $15 and $20 complete, and still about $10 or $12 with the case, game, and no manual. So $3.50 is not too bad for that. Then last week, and this was posted to Facebook, I found a couple of games for systems that I never expect to see games for in this area. I just almost never come across them, and when I do, they're always loose, or, well, you know what, I'll just show you what they are. The first one is baseball for the Microvision. And for those of you that are unfamiliar with the Microvision is a handheld by Milton Bradley, and the game cartridges are not actually cartridges so much as, well, I don't even know how to describe it. That's what it looks like. Oops, it's upside down. Duh. And this basically fits right over the front of the handheld. And it came out in 1979, the Microvision. It's an interesting little game, or game system, I should say, handheld. But, yeah, that is the box, and it comes in this, and it has a manual, and I don't think I have ever, at any point, seen one of these, either the system or the games, anywhere in the wild around here. I've never run into a single one. So to see this, for me, was very odd. And the fact that it's one of the games that I don't have, because I have all but 2 games, this one and one other one. So, yeah, the fact that it is a very uncommon system to begin with, and the fact that I have never seen the system or any of its games anywhere around here, and then to find one of the only 2 games that I don't have for the system, and to find it for $5 really surprised me. Not that they're terribly expensive. You can find them on eBay for around $10-15 this game, but still, $5 and the unlikelihood that I would find it really surprised me. What surprised me more is that I found a game for another system that is fairly uncommon around here. I've only seen a couple of them. I've only seen a couple of their games around here, but it's for the Virtual Boy. And even more uncommon, it's a Japanese game, and more uncommon than that, it's the only Japanese game I care to collect for the Virtual Boy, called Vertical Force. And the reason I wanted it is because it is a vertical scrolling shooter. So, yeah, two very uncommon games, for me anyway, to find in this area, and to find them both cheap is really, really cool. So, there you go. That's the story for that particular pickup. And then the last thing I picked up here, if you remember a couple of weeks ago, I told you that I had a copy, or a loose copy, of Warp Speed, and I made a cover for it. And if you remember, I also told you that I really like the Accolade boxes. But since I don't find many of them around here, I had put it in an EA Sports case and printed up a cover for it. Well, I found Warp Speed complete in one of the Accolade boxes. And I'll show you what I was talking about on that video. In terms of, it sort of reminds me of the old PC boxes, or smaller versions of the old PC boxes, or the old computer game boxes. It's a cardboard box, cover lifts off, and inside you have the manual and the game. And it does, it reminds me of the old PC, or the old 8-bit computer boxes, and I really like the look and the feel, and even the smell of them is pretty cool. So, there you go. That was the last thing I picked up, I think. I've also been grabbing Nintendo games for another fellow YouTuber, helping him out with his collection, because I can find a lot of the less expensive games in my area, and he can't. The last thing I'll leave with you is, I've told you a number of times that I'm working on some other projects, and there are a couple of things that some of you might be able to help me with. Anybody that is interested in helping me out, send me a message and maybe we can work something out. But what I'm looking for, we need I guess it would be an intro song, and what I need is something kind of fast-paced, upbeat, I don't know if I want to even say rock and roll, but that kind of music. And I want to set I guess it'd be montage music, for lack of a better term, for the intro. And I don't want to get into any more detail than that on this video, but if you're interested, let me know. And if you have some ideas that I like, maybe I can give you some more information and we can work through something. But that would be great. I would, of course, give you credit in the intro. And the other thing is, I need some folks to basically record video gameplay footage for me. It would be the same game for everybody. I just need footage of the game, you playing through a portion of it. And again, I don't want to get into too many details, but if you're interested in doing that, and you have a channel that you post videos on, let me know, and maybe we can work something out. So I appreciate it, anybody that is willing to give me a hand with that. That's it. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys probably next Friday. I may also post a response video here this weekend yet. Not sure. Depends on whether or not I have time. See you later.